I'm Steve Borders, the Technical Director of the Koger Center for the Arts, and I'm going to take you on a backstage tour. So we're about to walk backstage. Welcome to backstage. If you ever get backstage and you need to find your way back, you can always look at the floor because we have nice little maps on the floor as to how you can get around the building. This is one of our many projects that we did during the summer. So you see our big empty stage. We have two configurations that we can go into. We can do an orchestra shell, or we can do soft goods, which are up in the air. I'm about to turn on some lights so you can see up in the air. And let's walk out onto the stage. This is the stage looking out into the audience. Right now, where I'm standing, we are on the Orchestra Pit. This pit can raise and lower to any height we would like it to be at. It is on a hydraulic screw jack system, which allows it to go up and down and stop at any position. Our pit is very large. Not only is it on this part, but it extends up underneath the stage to approximately this far. We can put in over 100 people in this area. We've done this for orchestras as well as operas and ballets. And I'm going to go down and lower the pit so you can see it in operation. So as you can see, there's a whole nother universe under here. We can put another 3 rows of seats on here that roll right out here on this orchestra pit. So when we're not using it for dancers or for musicians, we can put additional seats on there to get people closer to the stage. As you look back behind you, we also have our storage. These chairs and these stands are specifically for the stage. They're not used for the rehearsal rooms or anything else. They're used on the stage, so they're always kept looking nice for all of our performances. We have 2 of our pianos here. We have our 9-foot Steinway, which is for our soloists, and we also have a 7-foot Bosendorfer. So as you notice how deep it goes up underneath the stage. So this is one of the larger pits you find in most buildings, and also having the flexibility of having it go up and down is a great plus. We've got the orchestra pit lowered down so I can point out something to you that we use specifically for Wicked and for other Broadway shows. If you look right above you, you'll see little holes cut in our ceiling, and that's where we run chain motors through. So when we will do front proscenium arches, like if you saw the show Wicked, you saw the large arch that had the dragon and also had the fall spots built in. That's where those chain motors came in to pull up that front truss. Also too, if you look at this point right over here, that is where our sound motor point is. So we have pre-hung sound motor points, so if a show comes in, we can bring in, hook up their sound system and fly it into place. Hi, let's talk about our orchestra shell. Our orchestra shell, we're able to put in about 20 to 30 minutes. If you notice, against the back wall, we have a large portion of the shell. This shell is made out of metal. Okay? This wall folds out. Above us, you see the ceiling of the shell. This ceiling comes down in this motion, and then its pickup points are attached to this first electric. So let's walk over here and show you how the mechanical process works. Right here is the counterweight system for the shell. We have a large winch motor which moves this weight, which allows this shell ceiling behind us to come into the stage. It's controlled by a winch system over here, a motor control system. We have a second electric that's here, and as you notice, is different size from the shell. It doesn't have as much weight, but that motorized second electric is right here, and then our first electric is right here. And if you notice, our first electric is partially in right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the shell, and we're going to bring in the shell. Let's go. Okay, we are now at the point in putting on the attachment cables for the shell, which is going to pull the ceiling up to the sky. Let's go and do that. So this is our first electric, and it does two purposes. It works as an electric for shows where we can focus our lights and do things. Right now it's set up in a configuration for ballet, so we've got our side light right here. We've got our down light here. But these are our attachment cables for the shell. And if you notice, we just pull this cotter pin, and this comes out. And this will come here. And you'll see that there's an arm that's right back here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and do this. Now normally, there's two people that'll do here, that'll do it, but I know how to do it by myself. Now not everybody can do it by themselves, but I can do it. So I'm going to show it to you how it happens. All right, here we go. We've just now put the shell ceiling in. Now it's time to put the shell walls in. So we've done one side of the shell, we're going to go do the other. Reflectors that are above you are passive resonators for the orchestra. So if the violins are playing up front, their sound's bouncing back here for the French horns, and the French horns are sending their sound back there to the violins. So they're kind of like passive monitors. It also helps throw the sound out to the audience. This is where our stage manager usually is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move his stuff and I'm going to tuck it back behind this wall. So just watch this little magic trick of how we do this. So you watch, this door bends, and this is where the conductors and musicians will come through. Shift this down a little bit. This is the Koger Center electrical room. We store most of our lights in here. We keep our gel, and this is also where we have our electrical panels for Broadway shows, and also the lights for the grid that we're about to go to and the fire. As you notice, we've got all our gel across the back over here. We've got light bulbs stored up here. When we take our lights off of our lights, we put them all on our meat racks. We have our lights for the fly rail and the grid. Let's go on up. Now that we've done the shell, now it's time to see how our soft goods operate. Above you, you see our legs and borders, and we also hang scenic backdrops. They are all run from this fly rail that you see over here. We have 48 line sets here. The load rail and the fly rail are above us. We have 2 more line sets that are over on the stage right. So it gives us a total of 50 line sets. Let's go to the fly rail. Now you are truly going to go behind the scenes of the Koger Center. You're going to go into the walls. Lots of stairs. This is the first landing. This is where we have some of our air handlers hidden back behind to heat and chill the auditorium as well as the stage. On the way to the fly rail, the flymen and the riggers get to put their names up with the shows. The shows will do their logo. This is called a tag. And they tag the wall, and people sign their names. So just a few of the shows we've done. Back behind the walls again. This is one of our lighting coves. So we're out in front of the audience, in front of the stage, and this is where we focus some lights to hit from the side and from the front. All right, more stairs. This is our fly rail system. This is how things are flown in and out. If you look right over here, you'll see all of our soft goods, our legs and our borders. If you watch right here, I will undo this lock right here, and you will see me move this rope, and you'll see this leg move in and out. So here we go. We're going to pull, release it, and if we look. So all of our curtains are like that. We have our main act curtain, which is here. Now our act curtain can guillotine, which means it comes in this way, or it can travel this way. So we have an option to go either way with our act curtain. We also have 2 mid-stage travelers, so we can put the curtain in the middle and we do a rear and the back. So now we're up on the load rail. So you notice all these steel bricks. So what happens is when these are flown all the way into the deck, their arbor will be over here. And so if I have a piece of set that weighs 500 pounds, I have to put 500 pounds of weight on this line set so it's balanced to fly in and out.
Okay.
You're getting a guided tour. You're going to places that some people in this building have never been to. Actual employees that have been in this building haven't been to some of these places that you're going to. Let's go to one of them. We are in the ceiling of the Koger Center. We're in the roof. So where we're at, if we look this way, This is above the audience. We're standing directly above the audience up in the ceiling, okay? And if you notice, looking above your head, this way, you'll notice that we've got some steel cables coming through, very similar to what we did for the grid. And if you notice, I'm going to walk right back behind you. If you look right here, these are attached to the beams right above your head. And it comes down through here in a hole, okay? These and these points right here were used for wicket. So these points that you see right forward here, remember those holes that were cut in the ceiling? Those are the holes and corresponding steel to those holes. So that's where we attach to do the front header for the wicket portal. So this is a place that a lot of people haven't been to. This is what you have to remember when you're up high in the air. It's not the fall that kills you, it's the sudden stop. This ladder goes up to the roof of the Koger Center, so if we have to do maintenance on our air vents, we have smoke pockets that are built up into the roof of the ceiling. So if there was ever a fire or if we had too much smoke, that we can open them up and let that smoke out of the building. So we're out on the front cloud and we're directly above the orchestra pit. Now we were just up in the ceiling and we were looking at where the rig points were. And the rig points are right above our heads. So if we look right down here, you see these square holes that are cut right here? They're corresponding to holes that you see up in the ceiling, and that's where those rig points were. So right now we're still about above the audience. So if you look that way, there we are in the audience, and you see our front speaker cluster right here. So we have our front speakers, and then these are subwoofers. So I've got 4 subwoofers in my main cluster right here on this front cloud. Then on the next catwalk that we're going to walk out to, I have 4 more speakers that are part of the sound system, and that's also where we have additional lighting. All right, we're up on the front of house catwalk. This is our main lighting bridge. As you notice, we are out in front of house looking out at the stage. So for ballets, symphonies, even Broadway, we hang lights out here and we focus these lights to catch the front of everybody's faces, pieces of the set, everything like that. This is actually where the original Koger Center follow spots were. You really can't hit very many people with a follow spot from this position. So we decided, if we look back through here, that we would move our follow spots back there. So we built a follow spot platform and have 4 follow spots for all Broadway shows. But if you notice, this is our raceway that has all of our circuits for our lights. Well, we also have what's known as Roadshow Circuits. So there'll be odd numbers that are in between where we have 500 numbers, okay? These 500 numbers correspond to outlets that we have backstage. So if a road show wanted to plug into and not go through our dimmer system, we can run a passive line system for them so they can control their own dimmers and their own lights. So we have a combination of doing both. All right, we're going to shut down the stage. We're going to shut down our lights. We're going to cut off our house lights. We're going to cut off our work lights. And if you notice right over here on stage right, we have what's known as a ghost light. And this ghost light is put out so at the end of the night, if the pit's down or the pit's up, people can see, so they're just not walking into a dark space and fall 20 or 30 feet. So we put out this ghost light just to give people a little safety. These hallways are known as Conductors Hallways, so we can have soloists or conductors come in and out of here without having to come through the Orchestra Shell and go out. This is used as quick change rooms sometimes for performers and stuff. We also have a ladder that allows us to shoot up on the other side to get up to the light bridge so we don't have to walk all the way around. We can access the lobby from either side of the stage. Sometimes we run performers in and out of the stage. When we do Lion King, I'm sure all the performers will be coming through these doors. Koger Center for the Arts. Not only are we performing arts, we're visual arts. We do all kinds of things. We do everything from ballets, symphonies, Broadway, rock shows, graduations, everything. Come see us again at the Koger Center for the Arts, where you can come and see the great performances of great performers live. Thank you very much for your patience, and thank you for coming on this tour.